Welcome to the next episode, or newest, whichever one you're watching. I don't know. It could be the oldest, could be the newest. But welcome to R2G2 Reviews to Go To. I'm Kyle Naranya. I'm
Sam McLennan.
Ryan Starfire.
Smoke weed every day.
We are here with a space theme episode, as you can see hopefully by my t-shirt. Mirror, mirror, Spock and Spock. I'm not even a Trekker or Trekkie, but I'm the only one who has the shirt. Thank you, Loot Crate. Alright, so we are reviewing this week Star Trek Beyond. Who wants to start?
Well, yeah, so this is the third entry into this new rebooted franchise, I guess.
I think it's the 15th overall motion picture.
15th overall?
I believe so, yes.
So yeah, we got Chris Pine again, we got Zachary Quinto again, all the usuals, I guess, Zoe Saldana.
Are we going to talk about
Anton Yelchin, rest in
Oh.
peace.
Yeah.
Yeah, a great young actor who unfortunately left us too soon. And then this one is directed by
John Cho.
no.
What?
John Chu.
Justin Lin.
Justin Lin. Who's
The
John
wrong
Cho?
Asian, man.
Ooh.
Yeah, Justin Lin, who's
That guy.
famous for
My Fast and Furious guy.
the Fast and Furious guy. He did like 4, 5, 6, and 7.
You know what the problem
Or not
is?
7.
I watched, what was it? Which one did he do? Ugh. Was it Now You See Me? Is he that director?
No, that's a different Asian director.
No, it's not. That's John Chu.
Like
a-
that's John Chu, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
I watched that recently. That's probably why.
Okay, sure it is. We'll just blame it on that.
No.
Okay, yeah, but I mean, like, yeah, what did you guys think? So,
I think we can all agree,
Yeah.
and again, this is back-to-back weeks of movies that just had horrible marketing.
yeah.
Like the first two trailers for this, were awful.
They were.
They did not, I think, help establish, and even Simon Pegg went on record being like, guys, I don't know what to tell you.
That
This
very
just-
first trailer was terrible.
Oh, it was so bad.
It seemed like they were going for a Guardians of the Galaxy type vibe.
Well, especially with the Beastie Boys, right?
Right.
Which we'll get to later. That's called a
Real
tease.
quick. So, like, the first and second one, just quickly say how you felt about them.
I absolutely love the first one.
Yeah.
Was not a big Trek fan, but I remember seeing that on Blu-ray
Yeah.
at one of my buddies' places and was just blown away. And then the second one was okay. I love Wrath of Khan. Like, I think it's probably the best Star Trek movie. And just, it was one of those things where it's like, it's not Khan. It's not Khan.
Right.
Was it John Harrison? It's not Khan. It's not Khan. Yeah, okay, I guess it's Khan.
It's Khan.
So I think that one just, it was put in a weird place. They didn't know what to do. So yeah, I'm kind of, I love the first one. Second one was okay, and then we'll get into this one.
I'm the same vibe as Kyle. What about you, Ryan?
Yeah, like the first one, like actually was like a really good film, and like it actually gave some credibility back to Star Trek after like several bad ones, and then like Into Darkness was like okay, like there's some good parts about it, but you don't like try and reboot a masterpiece.
Right. Which is really interesting that they went that route. But this one is very much its own story.
You'd say it's in uncharted territory?
Sure, yeah. So they've been in deep space for
Boldly going.
Boldly
no
going.
Other movie's gone before.
They're 3 years into their mission.
Did you like the fact that we like skipped ahead? I did.
I did.
Because
too.
I think I would have been bored to tears if we just saw the beginning of another mission.
Right.
They're like, we're just in it.
And then they end up getting stranded on a planet, you know, with some bad guys on it. I don't even know what kind of alien they were.
Well, I think it was like a mishmash. Like it was just crash landed ships.
I appreciated the fact that there was just like, they're just aliens. You know what I mean? Like, Star Trek's had such a lore, and we should say this was for the 50th anniversary
Right.
this year. So I think there's what did you guys think of some of the elements in regards to connecting it, specifically like the mentions of Leonard Nimoy and what, older Spock?
Spock
that was-
Prime.
that
Spock
was fine.
Prime.
Yeah, I mean, I was expecting, obviously, numerous references.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like, I know how, like, the old Spock is in this universe, and they acknowledge that he's passed, which was nice, but I don't know. I don't think it really amplified the movie for me.
How did you guys feel about like the story of the movie? Because I enjoyed the fact that it was, and we saw this together,
Yeah.
was that it felt the most Star Trek-y. Like it didn't. The first film kind of feels like its own thing. It doesn't. But like at this point, they're that crew that would have been in the pilot episode of the show. Right. And they all know how each other work, and they're kind of at that they're at the not breaking point, but like at the fork in the road for a lot of these characters.
They don't have to exactly. They don't have to really introduce people anymore. They don't have we kind of just get right into it, which was nice. We're right into the middle of their third year or whatever, and then they crash land, and they're off the Enterprise for almost, I would say, 80% of the movie.
I laughed in the trailers because they made such a point of the Enterprise blowing up, but I actually think it was handled really well in the movie, especially with Michael Giacchino's score. I was getting goosebumps when you finally saw the saucer crash land. What did you think of that part, Ryan?
When the crash landing, I think all the action was handled well, but that's why you brought in Justin Lin. The action itself was the main part, and it stood out as a very different from J.J. Abrams style. And so you definitely felt the difference. You saw it felt like all the effects were spot on, and they were 100% where they needed to be. And I think that's why you brought Justin Lin in, because he could kind of give that extra action. And then it was kind of cool seeing that he at least was handling just one-on-one interactions with the cast as well, and kind of bringing them together as well that way.
I really think this crew, especially in this film, has become that new crew. This cast has really filled those roles out to the point where Zachary Quinto looks a lot as he's aging, looks more and more so like Leonard Nimoy. It's eerie at times.
You know what? Yeah, I was noticing that too. I think it's all in the nose.
You think so?
It's the bowl cut, man.
The bowl cut helps too.
The cut for sure.
So what did we all think of Idris Elba as the villain? What was it, Crawl?
Pointless casting Idris Elba as him, but...
Because you don't see him?
Yeah, because he's covered in makeup the entire time, and he's a handsome bastard. But even when he was half human, he was literally only human on one scene and then a picture.
Yeah.
And that the scene wasn't technically a scene on that camera, but a camera looking at a camera.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the time he was some sort of makeup or CGI.
But I think it's unfortunate because I think personally the best villain that this trilogy has had was Eric Bana in the first one, he had makeup on, but it didn't take away, where a lot of it, you're why is this Idris Elba?
Yeah, he didn't fit in. They didn't even bill it as Idris Elba was the villain. I didn't see any marketing being we got Idris Elba, by the way, guys.
Right.
Yeah.
Benedict Cumberbatch was all over the marketing. Bana wasn't used it at all either, so...
Yeah, they kind of wasted Idris Elba, and his character, I had some problems with the villain, just in terms of being confused as to what exactly his deal is.
Or what he can do.
Yeah, I knew that he was going after some ancient weapon, but what, I don't exactly understand what he was trying to do.
Yeah.
From the very start, was he was bringing in Federation ships so he could make it back and, blow stuff up.
He felt almost similar, in a comparison to the villain from Skyfall, where it's the organization had screwed him over.
Yeah.
That he didn't really want to be a part of.
It's a good comparison.
So that was certainly interesting, and he's by no means just mustache twirly. I think he's pretty intimidating because he's a physical presence.
But I don't want to go heavy into spoilers, but I don't really get the whole transformation aspect.
Oh yeah,
they don't explain that at all.
Yeah, he was a human, and then became an alien, and then kind of became a human again.
Yeah,
but they don't explain it at all.
When he was dying, I don't know.
Can I do that?
Yeah.
Can we try?
Let's try right now.
Okay.
I don't want to try. Anyways, so
Yeah.
I think overall, I think it sounds like we're down on it, but the problem is there's so much of this that we're accustomed to with this franchise.
Sure.
That
yeah.
a lot of it kind of feels all right, here's the next story, but it wasn't. There's a lot to like here. Specifically, I liked the pairings of them on the desert, the desolate planet, with Spock and Bones was absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, they stole the show.
Carl Urban is
Bones was amazing.
oh so great.
And that's what I think I liked about the movie the most was the character interactions and the dialogue, because it was very funny. We were having a good chuckle at a few parts.
Yeah, it was quite funny.
And then excellent use of music.
And then who
Sometimes.
played the alien?
Oh, Sophia Boutella.
Yeah, she
played
was pretty
J-Lo.
great. I liked her. Her character had a lot of dimension. And I talked about it earlier. How did you feel about the sabotage use? I loved it.
Yeah.
Absolutely loved it.
I thought it was great.
I mean, yeah, when they brought it in, I was like, really? Again, they're like, it's in the movie too, not just the marketing, but they did utilize it well in a way I was not expecting.
Because
at
we
all.
do know that Kirk has listened to it in the first film.
Yeah.
He listens to it when he trashes like his stepdad's car.
I love how they keep referencing that it's classical music.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah,
super old music.
Fight the Power by Public
Like,
Enemy.
if you think about it from their point of view, it's like 200 years old.
At least.
Yeah.
True.
So yeah, I liked it. I think overall the film, there's a lot. I think it was a really well written script by Simon Pegg. Like that was one of the things that I was the most hesitant about.
Yeah.
But all of the characters were really fleshed out. But there was just something missing for making it great, like the first one.
Yeah. I
Like there
agree.
was a lot to like, and there's some things that like to dislike. But overall, like if you love Star Trek, and especially considering like this is the big 50th, like this looks great on the big screen. I definitely recommend you checking it out in the biggest screen possible. It's got a great score by Michael Giacchino again. And having Justin Lin brought in, I think added a visual, pun intended, flair to the whole movie that we hadn't really seen yet. Because I don't think there was lens flare in this one, was there?
Not that I noticed, but at the same time, I don't normally look for it. It just kind of comes across my face.
Well,
Okay.
One thing Kyle mentioned that he noticed is that Kirk doesn't bang anyone.
I did. I said that afterwards. He does not have an alien sex encounter, which I thought was standard, right? Because he's with the green chick who's Uhura's roommate in the
Yep.
first one, and then he's with the two green, like purple girls with tails, correct? In the second film?
I wouldn't say
So, I mean, maybe they got backlash after the whole Alice Eve thing.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, I think like overall, just to sum it up, it's kind of just like a long episode of Star Trek is
Yeah.
the best comparison that you will hear. It's
it's a good episode of Star
yeah,
Trek.
it's just a good episode that you watch and you're like, that was fun. But like, it's a small story overall.
It really is. Like, it doesn't really. It kind of continues the relationship between Kirk and Spock, but not that far. And then
One of them sacrificed themselves for
Right.
the other in the last film.
Exactly. And so, like, where do you go on from there?
Exactly.
And then
You don't bring it up.
they don't exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they don't exactly push characters any further. So
There's
it's basically a really great filler episode for Star Trek.
Yeah. It'll be interesting considering we already know there's a fourth one with Chris Hemsworth.
Yep.
So, George Kirk is coming back.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. Overall, like, how would you guys rate it? Where would you put it?
I would give it 1 thumbs up emoji.
Is the Live Long and Prosper? That better be an emoji.
Yeah, and the Vulcan
Fingers.
emoji.
So I think we can all say though, if you're a fan of this genre, check it out on the big screen.
Yeah, it's worth it. Like the effects alone are worth it. They do kind of, I wouldn't say revolutionize effects, but they definitely utilize Star Trek effects well.
The production design was great too.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't tell if that was a location or a set for the alien planet.
I think it was a set because I think you can tell those rocks are real that they're running under.
Oh, one scene I didn't talk about that I actually thought I really enjoyed was the Kirk on the motorcycle,
Oh yeah,
where he was the
yeah.
distraction. That was really cool.
But yeah, overall, check out Star Trek. It's worth it. It's not going to let you down like the second one might have. Or if you like the second one, you're probably going to like this one even more. But it's not going to live up to the reboot first one that JJ did.
Yeah.
So I guess that'll wrap it up. Check us out on our podcast called the Galaxy Quest Podcast, iTunes, Podcast Garden. You can check that out. We're on Facebook and Twitter. Reviews to go to. Go check it out. Give us a like and subscribe on YouTube. Next week, we're going to give you a Jason Bourne review. It's probably going to be super late, but you're going to get one.
Or just me.
Or just Kyle driving along. But thanks for tuning in, guys. Catch you later.
Live long and prosper.